Imagine waking up one day and realizing that the parts of yourself you've spent years hiding, denying, or pretending don't exist, the ones you feared, are actually the keys to your growth. What if the parts of you deem dark could actually light the way forward? In today's video, we're diving into Carl Jung's powerful concept of the shadow, those hidden aspects of yourself, and how facing them can lead to not just self-acceptance, but transformation. Stick with me, because the journey to embracing your darker side might just be the breakthrough you need. There are parts of us we often keep hidden, our flaws, our fears, our shame. We bury them deep, hoping they'll never surface. The more we ignore them, the louder they become. We try to be better to fit into the image society expects from us. But deep down, we know there's a part of ourselves we're avoiding. This part of ourselves, according to renowned psychologist Carl Jung, is called the shadow. At first glance, the shadow might seem like a negative or even destructive force. It's the part of you that holds all the aspects of yourself you don't want to acknowledge. Your insecurities, your anger, your envy, your jealousy, your cruelty, and all the things that make you uncomfortable. It's easy to see why we avoid it. But what if embracing your shadow could be the key to your personal growth and emotional liberation? Jung's theory of the shadow is more than just a concept. It's a profound psychological tool for understanding who you truly are. In this video, we'll dive deep into the psychology behind the shadow, how it influences your life, and why integrating it can lead to greater self-acceptance, healing, and transformation. If you're enjoying this content, click the subscribe button and be a part of our channel. Thanks for your support. The shadow is a concept introduced by Carl Jung, a Swiss psychiatrist and one of the founding figures of analytical psychology. Jung believed that every person has a dark side, a part of their psyche that holds repressed desires, thoughts and emotions that don't fit the idealized version of themselves. It's made up of all the qualities and traits we reject or deny about ourselves, either because society deems them unacceptable or because we simply don't want to face them. But here's the catch. The shadow isn't inherently evil or bad. It's just the unacknowledged parts of our psyche. Jung argued that the shadow contains both positive and negative traits. On the one hand, it holds all the qualities we consider undesirable, but on the other hand, it also contains our repressed talents, passions, and potential. The shadow isn't something to be feared or repressed. It's something to be embraced. To understand the shadow fully, let's take a look at how it develops. Jung believed that as we grow up, we begin to internalize societal norms and values. Parents, teachers, and other authority figures shape our sense of right and wrong. As we learn what's good and bad, we start to push away the parts of ourselves that don't align with these expectations. For example, if you were raised in an environment that emphasized kindness and politeness, you might repress any feelings of anger or aggression because they don't fit into the image of a good person. Similarly, if society teaches you to be self-sufficient, you may reject feelings of dependency or vulnerability. Over time, these rejected parts of yourself get pushed into your unconscious mind and become part of your shadow. The shadow is essentially made up of everything you've disowned. It represents the parts of yourself that you've judged as wrong, unacceptable, or too painful to face. But because these parts of you are still there, they don't go away. Instead, they simmer beneath the surface, influencing your thoughts, behaviors, and emotions in subtle and not so subtle ways. So why do we avoid our shadow? The simple answer is fear. We fear what we don't understand. We fear the parts of ourselves that make us feel uncomfortable or inadequate. We also fear that confronting our shadow will mean confronting the very aspects of ourselves we've spent years trying to bury. But here's the irony. The more we avoid the shadow, the more power it has over us. When we repress aspects of ourselves, they don't just vanish, they manifest in unhealthy ways. You might find yourself reacting with extreme anger in situations that don't warrant it, or you might feel irrationally jealous of others. These emotions aren't just random, they're the shadow trying to break through. Jung referred to this as the projection of the shadow. When you fail to acknowledge your own darkness, you begin to project it onto others. You may see qualities you dislike in yourself mirrored in other people, and you may even lash out at them for these qualities. The more you repress your shadow, the more it controls you without you even realizing it. Now that we understand the shadow, the next question is, how do we integrate it? Integration is the process of acknowledging and embracing the parts of ourselves we've been avoiding. It's about accepting that the shadow is a natural part of who we are, and instead of fearing it, we learn to understand and make peace with it. The process of integrating the shadow is not easy. It requires self-awareness, honesty, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. But the rewards are profound. By facing the aspects of yourself you've denied, you can begin to heal old wounds, develop a deeper sense of self-acceptance, and unlock hidden potential. One of the first steps in shadow integration is to become aware of your projections. Pay attention to the moments when you feel extreme emotions or judgments about others. These emotional reactions are often a clue that you are projecting your own unresolved shadow onto someone else. For example, if you find yourself hating a colleague because of their arrogance, ask yourself if there's a part of you that's rejecting your own arrogance or sense of superiority. The things you most dislike in others are often the qualities you've repressed in yourself. Another important step in integrating the shadow is to embrace the qualities you've rejected. If you've spent years suppressing your anger, it's important to acknowledge that anger is a valid emotion, even if it's difficult to express. Learning to express your anger in healthy ways, whether through assertiveness, creative outlets, or physical activities, can be liberating. Similarly, if you've repressed your creativity because you think it's frivolous or impractical, finding ways to express yourself creatively can help you reconnect with your true self. Integrating the shadow isn't about becoming perfect. It's about accepting that you are whole, even with all your flaws and contradictions. Jung believed that true psychological wholeness comes from accepting both the light and dark aspects of yourself. The shadow is not something to be eliminated. It's something to be understood and integrated. When you begin to integrate your shadow, you'll notice several positive changes in your life. Here are just a few of the benefits. 1. Increased self-awareness. Shadow integration requires deep self-reflection. The more you reflect on your unconscious behaviors and reactions, the more you'll understand yourself. You'll gain clarity on why you act the way you do and be able to make more conscious choices in your life. 2. Emotional healing. By facing the wounds hidden in your shadow, you can begin to heal past emotional traumas. This might involve letting go of guilt, shame, or anger that you've been carrying for years. Healing these wounds can lead to a greater sense of peace and emotional freedom. 3. Authenticity and self-acceptance. When you embrace all parts of yourself, you become more authentic. You stop pretending to be someone you're not, and you allow yourself to be fully seen, imperfections and all. This leads to a deeper sense of self-acceptance and self-love. 4. Greater creativity. The shadow often holds repressed creativity. When you begin to express your shadow, you may discover new talents or creative passions that were previously dormant. Whether it's art, music, writing, or other forms of self-expression, integrating the shadow can unlock a wealth of creativity. 5. Improved relationships. When you stop projecting your shadow onto others, your relationships become more authentic and compassionate. You'll stop judging others for the qualities you've rejected in yourself and start accepting them for who they truly are. This leads to healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Now that we've discussed the importance of shadow integration, let's explore some practical exercises you can use to start the process of facing your shadow. 1. Journaling. One of the most effective ways to connect with your shadow is through journaling. Start by writing down your thoughts and emotions without censorship. Ask yourself, what do I hate about myself? What parts of me have I been hiding? What traits in others trigger me the most? Write freely and without judgment. This can help bring your unconscious thoughts to the surface. 2. Self-reflection. Take time each day to reflect on your actions and emotions. Notice when you have strong reactions to others, whether it's anger, jealousy, or admiration. Ask yourself where these feelings are coming from. Are they connected to something you've repressed in yourself? 3. Mindfulness. Meditation. Mindfulness meditation can help you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings in the present moment. When you practice mindfulness, you can observe your shadow without judgment. This allows you to separate yourself from your emotions and gain insight into why you're feeling the way you do. 4. Shadow dialogues. This is an advanced exercise that involves having a conversation with your shadow. You can do this through journaling or even out loud. Ask your shadow questions like, "What do you want me to know?" or "Why are you so angry?" Let the answers come freely without trying to control or censor them. Embracing your shadow isn't about trying to be perfect or removing your darkness. It's about accepting all parts of yourself, both light and dark. When you integrate your shadow, you not only heal past wounds, but you also unlock hidden potential and open the door to greater self-acceptance. Jung believed that the path to wholeness lay in embracing the entirety of the human experience, including the parts we fear and reject. By doing the difficult but transformative work of shadow integration, you can live a life that is authentic, empowered, and deeply fulfilling. So are you ready to face your shadow? It might be uncomfortable at first, but remember, the journey of self-discovery is worth it. Embrace your dark side and watch as it leads you to greater light. If this message sparks something within you, don't just scroll. Like the video, hit subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. This channel is your space for deeper psychological and philosophical journeys. Come back, we're just getting started.